I've been talking about doing it just to be there for a few months and really just train. And was nobody going to tell me that my earring fell out? What? Y'all are rude, okay?
Yo, I didn't know. I didn't even notice.
Thinking like, oh, she looks pretty cute. She got her hoops in her butt, and nobody was going to tell me that.
Yeah, that's my fault. That's me. That's on me. I should have probably said something. You right. I like it. So I just have a couple of more questions, like 2 or 3.
Go for it. And if I think of a third one, I'll be like,
you'll plug me in.
I'll plug you in.
All right.
But for now, I'm gonna stick with those 2.
Okay. So can you give the up and coming younger dancers, like the 14, 15-year-olds out there, any advice? If you can get them any advice on how to better their craft, how to own their craft, what would you tell them? What would you recommend?
Dancers or just younger generation in general?
Just younger generation in general. It don't have to be dancers. Anybody who can.
Okay. I would say, I think the biggest lesson that I learned, that I wish I knew at a younger age, is that other people's opinions are completely irrelevant.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
And I'd say between that and, sorry to the kids, I don't mean to cuss, but
no, talk.
Really, just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I like that.
Really, I feel that growing up, I was very much, I went to a school with friends that I loved, but they never understood what I did on the outside. And I had friends outside of school who never understood. It's like I always felt like every place I was at, I felt that I was either misunderstood, or I felt like I was trying so hard to almost get approval. You know what I mean? And as much as I don't want to say that, it's true. Everybody at some point in their life wants to get approval, wants to get that validation of like, okay, like, yeah, she's cool, or okay, like, yeah, she's about it. And I always was hiding behind a mask.
Yeah.
I always was. Even in, it definitely started in middle school. I was, it started in middle school. I always, there'd be times, and actually, I don't know if my mom even knows this, but I would pack. I used to be so ashamed of myself. I would pack makeup, like if I didn't have time to do it in the morning. In my middle school, I was throwing on heavy, like, pounds of makeup, and if I didn't have time to do it in the morning, or if I overslept or whatever, I would throw it in my bag and get to school, and I'd skip class just to do it. You know what I mean? Because I was very ashamed of myself, and I wasn't confident in my body, in my skin. A lot of times I got criticized for the cellulite in my thighs, to being the fact that I grew early, if that makes sense. So I got judged for that, and the color of my skin, and even for my mom is mixed. She's very light skinned. My dad is black. I got judged for her. I got judged for the type of dancing I did. And I was in a hip hop studio, and and I got judged for that, and I got judged for so many things, and even often mistreated sometimes because of that, and kind of got the short end of the stick out of the other kids, around me, because I wasn't like them. I'd get dress coded first because I'm curvier over those who are wearing less clothes than me, but they don't have my body, so it's okay. And growing up, I think that for most, especially obviously black men and women, I feel that we've all had moments where we've experienced racial discrimination, for sure. In any place, I've experienced it. You can imagine, just about everywhere.
Absolutely.
And I feel that it took me a long time to accept me and to love myself. I used to never. I'm very, even on my page, even in my dancing, I'm very blunt, in the way I dance and showing off my body and what I have, because I'm like, yes, I got this and I got that, and I'm gonna show it, and you're gonna see it in my dancing. I'm not afraid to show that. And it's crazy because I used to be so ashamed. I would pull up, to rehearsals in sweatpants, a baggy t-shirt or hoodie, and some DCs.
Wow.
And call it. You know, no makeup, didn't care about anything, and it got to a point where I started to care, but in the wrong way. And I was like, my body, ew, hated this. I had a moment where I wouldn't eat. I'd try to, you know, sorry to get, you know, blunt again, but throw up my
this
food,
is great.
You know,
this is awesome for you to share.
It was rough.
Yeah.
And I definitely had a bad patch in my life where I just was not okay with who I was.
Yeah.
And I wasn't accepting of that. And I was very much a tomboy. I was very much a tomboy, and I still am. But I'm able now to embrace my femininity and embrace my body, because yes, I have a body, and it does come sadly with, you know, people who want to take advantage of that and, you know, want to disrespect it and do horrible things to it, and don't know how to look beyond just the body, you know what I mean, which sucks. So I know this is kind of more directed towards women, but just kids in general, whether, you know, you have a body or you don't, or whether you're male or female, I feel learn to love yourself early. Learn what loving yourself really means, because important. It doesn't just mean, you know, looking in the mirror and whatever you throw on your face or your body, you're like, okay, now I love myself. No. Love yourself before that.
Yeah.
Whatever you put on should be enhancing what you already have. And yes, makeup is an art. Fashion is an art. You know, wear as much makeup as you want. Wear as much fabrics and clothes and whatever you want to do. But I feel if you're letting the clothes wear you, and you're letting the makeup wear you, and you're putting it on as a mask instead of an enhancer, or you're putting it on as kind of like a shadow or a sheet or a cover up, instead of you wearing the clothes and you wearing the makeup to show off art, I feel like you start to lose yourself. And I definitely was at a point where I lost myself, and I wasn't confident in me, even in dancing in a heel. I was not confident.
Yeah.
I didn't have it at all, and I was terrified to flaunt everything. And then once I got confident, there was a point where I was afraid to, because of, you know, life experiences as an adult with men that had a huge setback on me. And so then I became closed in again, but for a different reason. It was out of fear, not out of hate.
Gotcha.
You know, so I feel like everyone's going to have moments where it fluctuates. I still do. I feel like everybody does. But for sure, my word of advice is to, one, not give a fuck. Don't worry about other people's opinions. I promise you it will not mean anything later. And it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
But try to think that, and also learn what loving yourself really means. You know, actually work on loving yourself. Don't just love it because you're told to, you know.
First off, that was well said. I mean, look, that was perfect. And that's going to help out a lot of people. I mean, whoever hears that is going to, that was crazy. I'm sorry you.
Like he expected a one-word answer.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the breakdown like that, man. But I appreciate it.
I didn't mean to get.
I loved it though. I loved it. People need to hear that. People need to hear that, man.
I'm an open book. I'm not afraid to talk about, you know, what I've been through in bad times in my life, because I feel like after a while, obviously, it takes some. You know, just me personally, I definitely, a weak spot for me is helping other people.
Yeah.
And weak spot as in, like, that's something that I just love doing. I will always have a heart for.
Yeah.
And, you know, I always said I wanted to grow up and eventually be like a David Dobrik, you know what I mean? And dropping $10,000 on people on the middle of the street, you know, I would live.
That's my goal. That's my ultimate goal. I would love to change lives like that. I mean,
love to change lives like that, because and even so much as posting, you know, I've definitely posted traumatic experiences that I've had, that I've gone through on my Instagram, and I've had people from strangers I don't know to people I do know who I had just no idea about hitting me up saying, "You made me want to come out and admit it. You made me want to confront it. You made me want to deal with the emotions." And I feel like I don't do it for the attention. I don't want attention like that. I feel like that's a horrible way to use social media. Is to be like, look at me, look at my traumas, follow me, like, you know what I mean? I feel like that's sick. And you know, I genuinely feel that somebody, and I don't have a big following, but those who do follow me you never know what they're going through.
Yeah.
I never know what this person watching right now is. I don't know what you're going through. You know, no one knows. Everyone's going through something, and I feel like you never know how powerful your words can be, even though if they're just words.
Absolutely.
You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying?
Okay. Like, you'll be doing just
so
fine.
follow me on my YouTube channel.
You'll be doing just fine. People need to hear that. You know what I'm saying? It really helps people out. And seriously, you can. That was dope. That was really dope.
Thank you so much.
All right, so I just have one more question. It's gonna be.
No, go for it.
So
I like it.
Huh?
I like this. you said one more question. I was like, oh no.
I'm sorry. I mean, I still want to hold up your whole day. You know, so I know I'm pretty sure you're busy doing your thing.
I'm like, where am I gonna go?
I know you
do what where.
I know you're in Florida living your best life. So I'm saying, so I don't want to hold you up. So
no, you're fine.
I'm gonna name a few dancers, right?
Okay.
And you can, in a short little sentence or whatever, or one word, you can tell me how you feel about them, okay? And what they mean to you. Ready?
Okay.
Nicole Kirkland.
Oh, insane. Her mind is beautiful.
Oh,
like the work that she puts out, and it's amazing. And this goes for all creatives, but especially her, seeing her creative side come out into her pieces, like what's in her head. I love seeing what's inside her head.
Dude, she's something else. I don't understand how she come up with half the shit she be. I'm like, I don't get it. I just don't understand how.
So when did you? Like, and I actually always wanted to know this is what makes someone think of things like this? Is it life experiences? Is it studying other crafts? Is it, I feel like it's a mix of everything.
We gotta find. I'm gonna talk to her one day. We're gonna chop it up. All right,
go for it. Because I'm trying to find out.
Yeah, when I interview her, you could be right here. We're gonna interview her together. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna
for sure. Right. She's insane creative, and she's about her shit, and I respect that.
Okay. What Jojo Gomez?
Another amazing. I love her so much. She's such a good friend and good person and good human, and is so about being there for everybody else, and is a very, very caring human being with a genius mind as well.
Yes.
And I feel like as much as she is respected in the industry, I feel like she's still underrated. I feel like people kind of look at her and they're like, yeah, she's Jojo Gomez, but like, and I'm like, no. Her mind is beyond her years, and I have so much respect for her as a friend and as a dancer. So
I'm pushing for a Jojo Gomez and Nicole Kirkland collab. I don't think they collab yet.
Man,
I'm waiting on that. That's gonna be some crazy shit. I will miss. Look, let me tell you something. I'll miss my kid's birthday for that shit right there. I'm not missing that premiere. I'm not missing that. I'll be right there.
You said, I'm sorry, sweetie. Look, Dad's gotta go real quick.
Yeah.
There's another one. There's always next year.
Yeah, it's always next year. He gonna be good. They're gonna be all right. I need to see that. You feel me?
She again, another beautiful mind, another beautiful person, and someone who's really about their craft.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Love her as well.
All right, I got a few more.
Go for it.
You spoke about her already, but Aliya Janell.
Aliya, another amazing friend, another amazing human, so down to earth, so about her shit and about her grind, and I'm really proud. It's crazy seeing her, like, from when she started, like, Itty Bitty Piggy till now. Yeah. Like, who would have ever thought, for one? Like, you never know how quick your life will change. But just how about her hustle she is. Like, she's really just, she's on it. Yeah. Like, she just keeps growing. She hasn't stopped. And I have so much love and respect for her in that regard. And then the fact that, on top of that, she hasn't changed up. She's
still the same,
she's
right?
Real. She's real, and she's about it. She's about her brand. She's stuck to it. She hasn't changed up for anybody, and I don't think she ever will.
Yeah, she seems real genuine, super dope.
Real genuine.
I never met her. I never met nobody. I'm just out here living life.
She's and they're all just hilarious. They're all just hilarious. Like, they're still all people, and I feel like a lot of, no offense to those to those who are viewers, but a lot of people forget that sometimes. Yeah. Like, we're all human. We all go through things. We all have our mistakes. We all have our problems. Yes, they get addressed. Yes, we will address them. Yes, people kind of over-address them. But I feel that, we're human. We're not perfect. And I feel like it sucks for them. And I can only imagine that they're expected to be such, Yeah. Because that's a tough thing to put on yourself. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot. Okay. I don't know if you ever heard of this dancer here, Shamika Ann.
Is she the Atlanta?
Yes, she is.
I've seen her. I think
you would
times.
You would be amazing.
She's taught at why is the studio name blanking? But it's the studio with the guitars in the back.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. I don't know why the studio name. I should know that, but I actually, believe it or not, I have never danced in Atlanta.
What?
And it's a city that I've always wanted to go and train in, because that's like that skis, that vibe in Atlanta is like home for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that southern, just like that's just unmatched. So
I can see you in there going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I need to make a trip out there, and I've been talking about doing it just to be there for a few months and really just train. And was nobody gonna tell me that my earring fell out? What? Y'all are rude. Okay.
Yo, I didn't know. I didn't even notice.
Thinking like, oh, she looks pretty cute. She got her hoops in her butt, and nobody was gonna tell me that.
Yeah, that's my fault. That's me. That's on me. I should have probably said something. You right.
Nobody said these big behind earrings, and I'm just over here one earring.
Yeah,
like, hey,
I thought that was your new, that was your new swag. You know, so let you be great. You know what I'm saying? But
I definitely one thing I can never leave the house without.
Earrings.
Okay.
All right.
It has to be always.
And Aisha Francis.
Yeah,
that's my baby. Woo!
Aisha, I don't think people understand this woman. Okay, my favorite dancers? Her.
Yeah.
She hands down is a dancer that, if you want to talk about a dancer that, okay, I can give you three now.
Okay.
Dancers that I aspire to either be like in career-wise or in dance skill. Aisha Francis.
Yes, that's my baby.
Incredible dancer. Like, I mean, like,
Lord Jesus.
you just, like, come on now.
Yeah, she's special. She's special.
Lark. I don't know if you guys know who Lark is. She's not really viral or famous like that.
Yeah. She
is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, she's either almost 40 or 40.
Okay.
Booking jobs with those who are younger than me.
Really?
With Beyonce, Ariana Grande, booked films and movies with all kinds of artists. She works jobs still. Okay, this woman, she's a heels choreographer. She was technically trained and she's worked her entire life and still does work. And she's such an elegant and a talented woman. I admire her so much. And just as a dancer and as how her career has went, like, she is a insanely talented dancer.
I need to check her out.
She is beautiful. Just like the fact that you were almost in your 40s booking jobs with 20 and 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
And eating. Like,
I
mean, like, she did Coachella with Beyonce.
With.
Oh yeah.
I gotta check her out.
She's
special.
She's something else. Insane. Her and Bianca Bruton. And I'm pretty sure everybody has seen her. If you don't know her personally, she's the one that led dun 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 dun, dun, dun at the beginning of Coachella.
Oh.
That little stand that they did.
Yeah.
At the opening of the show, that was her who dropped that low in front of thousands of people and was eating. She's actually from Florida as well.
Okay.
And she is such an amazing human, and just the fact that she stuck true to that style, because and honestly, growing up, I was always doing that style. That was a style, you know, that I grew up doing, being that I danced in South Florida.
Yeah.
And just going buck like that, just always, like, that was just that's home. That still is home for me. And the fact that she stuck to that, brought it to LA, and now everybody wants to do it, and has been booking jobs because of it. And of course, she's talented. She can do every other style, of course, but just the fact that, like, she's staying true to that and really putting Florida on the map like that. One of the many few who are putting Florida on the map as a choreographer and a dancer, because there's more than just her for sure, but she's such a talented powerhouse.
I gotta check her out.
Another talented human who's never lost sight of herself, who's worked with so many, Missy Elliott, Beyonce, you know, just.
Okay, you put me on. I'm learning a lot about some dances I never heard of. Yeah,
I'm telling you, there's so many people out there, man, who. Like the dance community and the dance world is such a unique place. There's so many talented people out there.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Well, that's about it, actually. I want to say thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. We're going to do this again one day. One day we're going to do this again.
Please. I love just being able to, like, sit down. Like, it's good to just be able to, like, you know, put everything on the table and talk. I love this.
Okay, no problem. Thank you for being here. Do you have anything else you want to say before we leave? Anything to your fans? My subscribers.
Well, first of all, if you don't subscribe to him, subscribe.
Okay.
I don't know where he's gonna be at, but whatever side he's on, I'm assuming it's gonna be this one.
Yeah, one of those sides. I don't even know
yet.
One
of those sides, but subscribe to him.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me on here. I don't know. Honestly, thank you to those who have been watching me and sticking with me. And, you know, if you don't know me, thank you for listening. I really admire and love seeing you guys support me more than you know. Like, it means so much more than just, like, you know, a like and a comment. And it's like, that's someone that's watching you and taking time out of their day. Like, and I'm as crazy as it sounds, I take time out of my day to reply to every comment, every story share, every tag, every mention. I'm so grateful for all of that, and I wouldn't be doing the things that I'm doing without you guys. So I really appreciate y'all, and thank you for bringing me on here too.